The 2024 Tour de France Femmes promises to be one of the most challenging editions on record, presenting an intense test for this year's peloton with its demanding stages and relentless terrain.
Dream result is, of course, winning the Tour. And you have two youngsters here. We go for the GC for Gaia and Shirin.
I feel excited to go to the Tour. And I think extra excited that I'm then finally back racing again, because it's been a pretty long time without racing and long training camp, altitude camp, and then I'm just excited to be back racing again, because training is nice but racing is a lot nicer.
Sì, questa è la mia prima partecipazione al Tour. Sono molto emozionata per questo. Sicuramente dopo la vittoria del Giro sarà ancora più emozionante, perché abbiamo una motivazione in più, siamo più combattivi del solito, quindi non vedo l'ora che inizi.
When you're young, you're riding a lot of races in Holland, and also the places where we riding tomorrow or day after, they're passing in races or in training, so that's always special. Maybe a little bit more special for Lucinda, because she lived in the middle of Rotterdam. She's born in Dordrecht, so that's a special place also for the Tour.
Yeah, the Tour de France really starts just where I grew up. So the first stage is in Rotterdam, and I lived there I think about 10 years, and we also almost straight past places where I really literally lived, and I know the places, the streets, so it's really cool. Also outside of the city where there's streets where I was training a lot, so don't need to really reckon it, which is really cool. And then even the second day is literally just the neutrals literally around my house, kind of. So that's of course really awesome. And I always have been already proud on the city where I grew up and where I live currently. And then you're able to show it to the whole world.
When Lucinda's starting, she's always important for the team. As a team leader, team captain. But especially here, she knows all the roads, so it will be giving something extras. Lizzie, of course, in the hilly stages and the flat stages, she's really important. You saw also the last Olympics that she was there. And she's really good in the mountains, so she can support the young girls, learning them a lot. And also maybe there are some small chances for them.
I'm really happy to do that. I've benefited from that kind of work in the past. I understand what it takes to be a good domestique, and it is a lot of going back and forth in the peloton, sitting just a couple of inches out into the wind when everyone else next to you is in the shelter of other riders. It's about taking as much wind as I possibly can for Gaia and Shirin over 7 days, so that their battery is as full as possible.
Yeah, I think we definitely go into the Tour knowing it's where we need to be, and we've had so much success this season, and even to make the Tour de France team is hard. We have so many riders capable of really performing there, so that in itself I think says what the strength of this team is, that we have so many riders that can play an important role. So I think it's a great position to be in.
I had a little bit of a bumpy road towards here, so I broke my ankle and it's still not completely healed, but I can ride my bike well, but we see how it will be for the next 7 days. It's still a little bit of a question mark how it will be, but I'm really excited to start here and to give it my all for the team. We only decided last Tuesday, actually. Like, we really take it as it comes now, I'm just really happy that I am able to race it. But I never really knew in my rehabilitation if it would be a possibility. We always thought we will see.
Every team has a goal, of course, to win stage or have like a really big goal. You see, in especially Tour de France, and the first 2 years we couldn't make it. This year has been a really, really good year in the spring already, and then winning Giro, which is awesome. I hope and I believe that we can stay more calm and put the pressure to the back side and feel more free and then that we are able to bring those results this year. I mean, every year we prepared as good as we could, but sometimes maybe we just wanted a little bit too much. Sometimes then it just is not happening. So yes, maybe this good start of spring and the results in Giro will give us a little bit more freedom in our mind.
Stage 1 and 2 was a real chance for Elisa Balsamo to test her legs in the sprinter's start to this year's Tour de France Femmes.
Sprint op kilometer 85, local 70s. Only stage 4, 5 and 6. You have seconds in the bonus.
I think this is important if you can help us as long as possible to stay in the front. But then, like after the last corner, it's also small, so I don't think too late a bit.
The 2024 Tour de France Femmes Avec Swift rolls out of the race start here in Rotterdam. And there's a crash, and a big crash of riders. There's a few riders who've been held up here.
Bike, further bother for Lidl-Trek. Elisa Balsamo swapping bikes too.
She's still accelerating. Charlotte Kool kicking her way towards the finish line. Stage 1, Charlotte Kool, yellow jersey.
No, I'm happy, especially about the first day with the third place, because it was like a question mark for me about my shape and my feeling on the bike. But then I was feeling better and better every day. We don't have a full lead out here because we have 2 GC leader, and of course the team needs to take care about them. Really hard to fight with only 2 of us in between long lead out, like 5 or 6 riders. And it was really twisty and full of corners, but we just tried our best. And then, yes, I think that the third place was a good result, and the day after we were a little bit too much in the back, but then I also did a good sprint for me. So for sure the result is not everything, and I know that is important, but feeling better every day is the most important thing for me in this Tour de France.
A short but explosive time trial meant Ellen van Dijk could target today and test her recovery from the broken ankle.
The course is nice it has different parts, so there are some really technical corners, but also there are 2 bridges, so you have to go up a little bit, and also down. So in the descent, of course, you gain a lot of speed, and you have to take the corners afterwards. So it has some technical parts, but it's also a long straightaway where you can really power through. Yeah, when it's kind of 20-30k time trial, then you always get into a rhythm, you get into a zone, into a time trial mode, and in a kind of a prologue of 6k, you kind of sprint from corner to corner. So you need much higher power, and you need to recover fast in a corner and be, a bit more fast, a bit more explosive. So that's not really my specialty, but in the end it's still 6k, so it's not super short. So you need also some real power to win that time trial.
Ellen van Dijk though much closer, just a second behind.
Ellen secured a 6th place overall finish. While not the outcome she had aimed for, it represents a positive step forward in her recovery journey from injury.
Yeah, the time trial, Demi Vollering was really good that day, so she was 5 seconds ahead of number 2. I got 6th, only 1.5 seconds from place 2, so it was close, but I targeted, so I wanted to win, of course. I mean, I always want to win a time trial, but I also knew it was going to be difficult because it's a short one. And of course, with the preparation I had, it's still, I'm not in my top shape. And you need to be your top shape to win there. So I was close, but wasn't enough. So that was a shame.
Amanda Spratt is forced to abandon the race due to the injuries sustained on stage 1.
Show off the bandage to the camera. Look at that.
More sad.
Yeah. Maybe like brush your lips here.
Should have got Francesca to put a bigger bandage on for the interview. On stage 1 of the Tour de France, I had a nasty crash around a corner. Another rider T-boned another rider who then took me out, and I landed pretty heavily without any sort of reaction time. Could feel something a bit wrong with my hand. Jeroen asked if it was okay in the radio. I said, I don't know, let's just get to the finish. And then had a scan at hospital, and we saw that I had a fracture in there. They wanted to put a cast on, but we negotiated to be able to try and keep racing to support the team. So eventful stage 1, but not in a good way for me.
So yeah, so we're going to get a check in hospital just for the hand. It's quite sore, sprained or broken, but still ride, so we'll see.
To be honest, it was an easy decision that I wanted to keep trying to race. I knew there was a fracture, and okay, yes, there's always a risk, but I worked really hard for the Giro already. I missed that. And then I worked really hard for the Tour, and I really was excited for this Tour de France and the role I'd have within the team. And so for me, I always want to try and never give up. And if there's a chance to keep racing, then I just want to try. And I think a lot of us are like this. We're all a bit crazy and not normal in this respect, but we're used to pushing our bodies to the extreme. And I think, yeah, for me, it's something I just wanted to try. Yeah, I think for a few days now, it was obviously really painful the days after the crash and really swollen, and then maybe it started to get a little bit better here and there, but overall just the impact on the whole body was really becoming too much, and I really didn't feel 100% in control of my bike in particular, which was a bit of a scary feeling. I could not be down on the drops very well, so it was actually a little bit scary for me in the peloton. I really pushed myself yesterday in the stage to try and see how far I could take it, but in the end, I found I tried to ride my bike normally, but still I was still trying to compensate, and my back's really hurting, so I started sitting crooked on the bike. My hand was hurting, I couldn't grab the bars properly, so it was sort of a combination of not feeling in control and my body just saying like, okay, it's just had enough, and I just couldn't really push anymore, to be honest.
After stage 5, the team had moved into first place in the team classification. Thanks to the performance of the GC riders and Lucinda, they could now battle to the podium as a team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great achievement. It's testament to the fact that we are a team. You know, you have somebody like Lucinda starting in her hometown in phenomenal form. She's really in really good shape, but she hasn't really been able to go for her own results because she's been in a team role. So I think the fact that, you know, we could potentially win the team classification is justification, and kind of shows what Lucinda's come into the Tour with, really. I mean, it is a team performance, but at the end of the day, it's the third rider that counts, and she's counting and doing incredible work for Shirin and Gaia at the same time.
Sì, siamo anche abbiamo anche il numero giallo dove ci identifica come super team, e se domani dovessimo vincerlo sarebbe ancora più notificare il lavoro di squadra che comunque stiamo mettendo dalla prima all'ultima tappa, e quindi questo ci ripagherebbe molto.
Alpe d'Huez is one of cycling's most iconic and brutal climbs. This is the final test for the GC riders with everything to play for.
Excited, nervous at the same time, I think. Looking forward to it because it's, I think for everyone, just a stage that you really have been training for like a lot of weeks, especially at altitude. But at the same time, you just know like your body is tired and everyone is tired in the peloton. And then it's also raining. I actually like it that it's raining, but I don't know, I'm just looking forward to see how I can do.
Sì, domani ci sarà l'Alpe d'Huez e sinceramente mi aspetto una gara molto molto dura anche nella salita prima che precede l'Alpe d'Huez, ma sicuramente l'ultima ascesa farà davvero male perché comunque veniamo da 7 giorni dove abbiamo nelle gambe 160 km ogni giorno e sicuramente la stanchezza si fa sentire, però domani con il clima, con il tifo, tutte le persone a bordo strada che ci saranno, sicuramente ci sarà un'altra atmosfera e anche se le gambe non saranno al 100%, ma il tifo delle persone faranno sì che si arrivi più in fretta in cima. Beh, il sogno più grande sarebbe poter tagliare il traguardo dell'Alpe d'Huez da sola, braccia alzate, ma anche se questo non dovesse venire voglio godermi al 100% tutto il clima e l'atmosfera che c'è in questo tour.
Well, we have two riders, one in top 10 and place 13 and 14, so it's going well. Only we have to finish it today for the GC.
Final test, just the two uncategorised monsters to tame with the mythic summit finish at l'Alpe d'Huez.
Puts in her first surge and first attack.
Night and day between Follering and Nieuwe-Doma at this stage. Only Paulina and not plain sailing. Follering unhappy. Grandma unrelenting. The 2024 Tour looking like it was going to be decided by mere seconds.
On the limit now to win this Tour de France Femmes Avec Swift. Look at Kasia Nieuwe-Doma go.
After 8 grueling stages of relentless, uncategorized climbs, painful crashes, and utter exhaustion, the riders finally crossed the last finish line, with Shirin giving everything she had, only to fall heartbreakingly short of the top 10. Gaia fiercely held on to her GC battle, securing an incredible 5th overall, while Lucinda not only smashed her goals but soared beyond all expectations, turning her 8th place finish in the general classification into a triumph to be truly proud of.
I knew it was going well in altitude, but it's always hard to say, and I did not do a lot intervals or anything, just training. And Giro was really hard for me, like also then it's mentally hard, of course, so then you don't really think that you can level up that much like I did now, so I was more prepared for just some bit of the earlier work than what I did now and just finishing or more or less in the first group. So no, I did not expect that. Before you only can dream about how cool it's gonna be to start in home crowds, but they were so amazing. There were so many people. Yes, I never, sorry. Yeah. It just meant a lot. It's super special. It's a good camera stuff too. Yeah, when you're tired, you also have a bit more emotions. I think the thing that made it so special in the Netherlands was, it's just, I mean, after the Netherlands there were still a lot of crowds, but somehow you get a bit used to it, which is strange, but it's more like they really come special for us. And the Kouwberg was full of people, and in Amstel it's the same, but there's still men's race. So that the whole Rotterdam was full, and the whole Hague and Dordrecht, Valkenburg, it was only for us, and that means a lot because cycling grows so much.
I think it's gone as well as it could have done, really. Like, given the tactic that we had coming into the race, I think we've stuck to the plan. On paper, maybe we don't have any big results to show for that, but I think we have to stand behind the fact that we're giving two young riders the best possible GC position, and that doesn't result in big results on paper. It's about doing the small things right every day, and I think they have both shown exceptional leadership and commitment and strength of character. I think that's important for the future.